Hello and welcome back. This is another summary episode as I have completed another production line. Production line is maybe a big word. I have taken 3 or 4 of my outputs of advanced materials and combined them and build a final product. Let's have a look. See, in a previous episode, we managed to automate cooling systems in the production of turbo engines, motors. In an even more previous episode, we back when we were doing phase 2, I think, we built modular engines. That factory has been sitting dormant here, disabled for many episodes. It's now running again at full power. I'm thinking that I might need to scale this up because it can't keep up, but if I do that, then I need to scale these 2 guys up too, also because I'm not doing the amount of engines I need to. In fact, I boosted this with power shots up to 250%, and when I did that, I ran out of stators because these 2 factories here couldn't keep up, and then I had to go and figure out how to make that perform better, and that meant building a new subfloor here with 3 more boosted stator factories using even more quick wire. And now we got quick wire running at basically maximum speed. Where is it? Yeah, it's running there. It's a level 5 build, going full tilt. But that's the good thing why I built this totally over-engineered quick fire effect. Oh, I've closed myself off, does it? Yeah, indeed. Where is my quick wire? I'm getting lost among my buildings. Oh yeah, down here. You can see here. Oh, new truck! I have actually built a large truck because suddenly I found out that my that I had run out of Caterium, and I have lost the truck. So now I got this huge thing running the Caterium ingot route. But as you can see, this factory is keeping up because it's so over. I need a quicker build type because it can't. The level 5 builds can't transport what it can produce. Yeah, it's that bad. Anyway, all that meant that I could feed this factory here with enough engines for running one of these, and that's 2.5 per minute. Yeah, that's 2.5 per minute. And here's the problem, because this is the new factory, and you can see it uses our fused modular frames, which requires all this stuff moving in here, and the nitrogen, the turbo engines, the motor module thingies, and the coolant systems, and those four things get combined here at the Thermal Propulsion Rocket factory. This is very high-end items. But each of these ones use 2.5 module engine. So keeping these two fats is not actually possible. But this means that the third item on our complete phase 4 thing is getting done. And that means that there's only really one thing left. That's the copper paste filled. Just gonna have a look at those up. Nuclear pasta, which requires a lot of copper powder and one of these pressure conversion cubes, which are again, but those are easy to make. I mean, these are just the fused modular frames from down here and some radio control units, and then you got one of those in an assembler. And copper powder is a little bit more interesting because that requires. Oh, it's not. That's very easy too. I can do that. But I need to find somewhere where there's a lot of copper to produce this because it requires a lot of copper ingots. And this one is produced in the particle accelerator. That will require power. So these are running this, and we're constructing these, and we are now almost 10% of the way past completing this task for these. I'm almost completed on 3/4 completed I think it was some kind of control module. Yeah, assembly director system. I'm nearing halfway through magnetic field generators. Yeah. Woo! That's actually what's coming out of this factory. Let's check out this one's still good. These ones were also suffering because they're also using stators, and they're still suffering. My boosted stator production is not entirely up to par. Oh, something has completed. Let's see what we got. We got another type of flexible framework. The one that currently uses one frame, and the one we got currently is done the assembler. I think we'll keep that one. Even though this is interesting, it's then we got an aluminum scrap producing method, which is slower. But more cost efficient. I think, yes, it's more cost efficient, but it will be using petroleum choke, which is a quite rare item, and currently I'm using whatever I'm getting out of my it's something which comes out of the fuel refinement production, and I'm actually using this for boosting my steel production, but it's sort of a side thing because it can't really be dependent on. This one, on the other hand, recycled plastics, is one of these strange recipes that they can use fuel with rubber to make plastic, and I already got also a fuel dilution recipe, which is very interesting. So this is the one I will be going for. One thing I need to check, well, several things, but let's go and look at the here we got the petroleum choke, and as you can see, it's moving here and it's going into the steel production, but it's also going into the power plant over here, because I'm also burning whatever I can't use in steel production. That's because this recipe here is very efficient, but it's relying on an item which was not often available. So I got these to boost the steel output out here. You see, I got 2 level 5 belts running in parallel, and that's because I found out that I was actually not getting steel ingots to my that was running at complete tilt, full tilt here, but at the same time I wasn't getting any over here. So I ran a second line from halfway through the steel factory, because it wasn't able to transport all the completed steel ingots over here. So I'm in a second line over here and patched that in halfway through. So whatever was left in the first part of this factory now got boosted with all this basically. And as you can see now, we have no shortage anymore of either steel pipes or steel plates. We are getting all what we can use, and well, that was the point of that exercise. Also, it's nice to see that rubber and plastic is basically infinite. I still need to look into the state of business, because yeah. But that's the state of the nation. Trains are coming and going. The fleet of flying drones are coming and going. Materials are well stocked. Power is sort of stable. I added a couple of gigawatts more through those geothermal power plants. I have not yet made a suitable bank of batteries. Maybe I should do that. And you can see here that the geothermal have this sort of biorhythm to them. There's plenty of bauxite, plenty of aluminum casings, plenty of aluminum plates. Aluminum casings are actually running out. It's getting half. Possibly even more, since this is well, it's not actually full. Yeah, it will be fine. Fascinating that we seem to be running low on not materials, but production capacity. Yeah. We might actually be running out of wires ever so slowly. Jesus, I'm flying almost as high at the. I'm flying. Oh, I'm almost flying higher than the platform over here. I can't fly up here. Have faith. Yep, computers are going. Adaptive control units are still not going at. It's also running at full tilt and being the bottleneck, and that's the bottleneck for this one because no, not for this one, but this one. Anywho, I think we might get another. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Got control rods. Whereas this one produces 8 per minute. The other one produced. And it does it for 1 stator less, but using a more complex unit otherwise. Sort of. I think this one might be cool. This one is definitely on the expensive side. I mean, it sort of I think it's this one because this one using steel and plastic for creating iron plates. I don't think so, Tim. This one will do. And we can actually do the change for this one now. If I just need to put this one in. Thank you. Let's go and see if we can find where I had put the this one's producing this, and where are they going? Here they aren't going anywhere. Okay. Uncool. This line here is only going here. So I could take my AI limiter track and dismantle and then I would need to go over here. Change the recipe for these to the alternative. Just gonna change change this one also. Select recipe, alternative, thank you. Just like that. That's the annoying part. You actually have to remove this. Because the last item within the production unit can't actually be extracted. Oh, there's something inside the even more. I think these splitters I might actually store some of these from time to time. That's a slight problem, but as you can see, it can be resolved by manually offloading them. So this now 1.5 times doubled the production because I'm now actually producing more. 2, but it does it now for one less stator, and the other things we weren't using already. So that's a good thing. And that factory over there is actually doing something. Do with a much more powerful state production. You're running around rotors. Oh dear. This of course increases the screw demand, which might screw with my screw requirements for computers. This is why Satisfactory is endless entertainment, because you can optimize, and then you can optimize some more, and then you're not finished. I've begun mounting these gate holes in my my factories, because I can then fly through these sections, and I find that cool. Oh, even more quick-wire. I might not need to do something about that quick-wire. No, never mind. This will fill up eventually. Let's go and see what have improved this time. Well, this time we are being offered heat fused frames. Let's see what that can do for us. The original one says that. So this basically saves on replaces plates with aluminum ingots with that's not really a winner, is it? It's consuming much less nitric acid, but that's not a problem. We got plenty of that. And then it needs fuel. I don't think so, Tim. Then we got this one here, which does 8.5, which is not as good as our existing 12.5. And the 12.5 is only using copper and silica, whereas this is using plastic and Caterium wire, quick wire. No good. And then we got recycled rubber, the alternative recipe to the recycled plastic. These two can boost plastic and rubber higher and higher from fuel, and with the watered down fuel recipe or diluted fuel recipe, then you can. Well, this is the winner. This is increasing. There are now more rotors than there were previously, so we are keeping up. Engines are now being produced primarily for export towards other items, which is good. Unfortunately, this means that it now can consume stators again, because we are now using more stators here. and these one up here are not running still because, well, there's not enough. I should build a stator factory somewhere. If I see the there was a steel pipe stator recipe requiring. Do I have that? I actually do. This is the Katerian one I'm using currently. It's quite quick, 8 per minute. But there is a copper wire one, which might be more beneficiary for my strained quick wire production. But it's more expensive than steel tubes, of course, so it would be better if I could get a third one. If there's a third one, we're using something different. What? Are we running out of concrete? Not because we're running out, it's running at peak efficiency. So why are we running out of concrete? Let's go and see. I think it's because we're using concrete in the getting rid of plutonium waste. See, it's piling up here, it's going over here. Yeah, this is for transferring to the nuclear power plant, or rather the nuclear cleanup facility. There you go. Coming on there. Yeah, it's this one. It's all good. How can that be incoming? Or on this one? Oh, it's because it's flying back and forth and delivering them out there. Annoying. Does that mean that there's also incoming SAM on the other? It's of course almost impossible to see. No, this one is actually empty. I should put a loop back on this one out here so we can get rid of its because it shouldn't have SAM ore sitting here. Not that I have anything to use it for. My SAM ore receiving port, this one over here, is putting it all into this container down here. And as you can see, this is half full now, which means that and SAM ore is basically useless right now. I'm wondering what. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'll finish this rambling of this episode on. The next episode, I think we should be looking into copper powder, and possibly also those frames. But that's the next episode. Thank you for attending this episode, and be sure to like and subscribe, and see you in the next episode.